what you need to say. Say what you need to say. It's better to say too much than never to say what you need to say, yeah.
Hello my internet friends, it's another week, another walk and talk. Thank you for tuning in today. And yeah, I know it's not Wednesday. Still trying to work around getting the schedule back on track. Reason being is I uploaded the vlog late due to some stuff that's going on. But I'll be trying to get everything back on track for you by next week. And another reason why the walk and talk is up a day late, or probably 2 days late, because I won't probably be able to get this up until tonight, because today is Thursday, is because I've been doing a lot of work here around the house, and honestly, you guys, my back, my arms, and part of my legs is so sore right now. I'm just really doing my best to try and play it off. I really want to lie down, but I'm not canceling the walk and talk because of doing some work around the house. And I'll show you once I get up to where we're going to be having the walk and talk, because the walk and talk today will be held in my new favorite place around the house that I found while I was cleaning. Well, I'll show you when we get up there, okay? Here we go. Ta-da! Here we are. We are on the roof of the house right now. And as to why I'm sore and how I found this place was I was cleaning the roof, and we did some work on the backyard, which honestly, you'll see in the vlog what that place used to look like before we cleaned. The roof has no pine needles on it anymore. This place used to have a ton of pine needles. Here's the front. Front is clean, and down over there, those are all of the garbage bags that are full of all the pine needles we cleaned off of both the roof and the front yard. So yeah, I'm kind of sore. So while I was cleaning, I kind of sat up here, and I really like it up here, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do the walk and talk up here. So here we go. Here's the walk and talk. And before we get to any of your questions, we have to get to last week's question, which was, I had you guys finish the sentence, my day is not complete without blank. And here are some of your answers. And some of the people that answered are already permanent tenants in the Box of Awesome, but I like their answers anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read them off. The Steel Roses said a hug, which is sweet. I have to agree. I would like to start a day off with a hug. Red Monsterification said, my day is not complete without watching videos of his favorite YouTubers, which I also agree. Caters17, SMP Films if he puts anything up. I try to catch the DCs as much as I can. Rosie, the Steel Roses, I try to catch her videos whenever she puts one up. Film Riot, Film State, sometimes Household Hacker if whatever he puts up is good. There's a lot. I watch a lot of YouTubers every day. So yeah, it's like if I miss a video, I'm just like, I can't believe I missed that yesterday. So yeah, that's something I agree with. Alright, Jess said her day's not complete without singing in the shower. I agree there too. And the Ghost of Sabotage said his day is not complete without sleep. Yes. And to me, not so much to an extent, because I hate sleep. Aside from dreaming and lucid dreaming, I love doing that. But I just hate sleep. To me, it's like, there's so much I can do right now if I wasn't sleeping. So, yeah, I mean, hence my addiction to energy drinks like balls and so on and so forth, and insomnia kicking my butt. But whatever, those are the answers that I liked, and I will pick one of you to be the new tenant of the week this week. So now we shall get to your questions, so here we go. Okay, the first question comes from Luigi's Mafia, and he asked, are you a Pink Floyd fan? And yes, I am. I'm a big Pink Floyd fan. I mean, come on, we're guitarists. You should know this. Not to mention, my stepfather is a guitarist as well. He's a big Pink Floyd fan. You actually have to be a Pink Floyd fan in this house. So yeah, I am. Thanks, Lewis, for the question. We move on to the next one, and it comes from Ghost of Sabotage, and he asked, and I gotta read this because it's kind of long. If you were to be in a car accident and your looks were lost, would you have plastic surgery, or would you accept the fact that your world will never be the same again? And that's a hard question, because there's certain times where it's not necessarily needed, but it can make things better. For me, it depends on how badly I'm disfigured. Like, if you can't even tell I have a face at all, maybe I might have plastic surgery. It won't be the real me, but if they could get it to look like somewhat what I used to look like, or at least a discernible face, yeah, I might go with plastic surgery. But if it's just scars, whatever, I don't care. Like, if my whole face was just like burned and charred and then it's scarred up, but I still had some of my features, both my eyes at least, I don't know. I wouldn't really care. It's just it's a very touchy subject. I have to say, because I know there's some people that do plastic surgery just because they feel they're inadequate, or they feel like they're not pretty. You know, it's like women that get the whole facial reconstructive to try and look better. I'm just like, be proud of what you look like. But I mean, be proud of what you look like. Be proud of what God gave you. But when it comes to that, when you're being put through an accident that horrible, well, because when somebody goes through something like that and they don't look like anything at all, like a person anymore, like their face is just horribly mangled, it kind of makes you feel like you're not even human anymore sometimes, because people are gonna look at you funny. And even though that's not important, it's how you feel about yourself, at the end of the day, it still sort of hurts. So I can sort of find sympathy in people that have had that same thing happen to them, and they're going to get surgery to make them at least look decent when they go out. And I can understand, you know, I totally understand. So I probably would go the plastic surgery route, depending on how bad I'm mangled. Like I said, if I'm just scarred a little bit on the face, I'll deal. But if it's completely like you can't even tell who I am anymore, or if I even have distinguishable features anymore, maybe I'd probably get plastic surgery, yeah. So there's my answer. So thank you, man, for the question, and we move on to the next one, which comes from Alright Jess, who asked, if you wanted anything sent to you from Ireland, see how I did there? What would it be? And honestly, I have no idea. Ooh, definitely for my mom at least, some magnets, some refrigerator magnets, because she collects those. So it'd be nice for her to get something from Ireland to put on the fridge. Me, I would actually like some photos of landmarks or whatever, or just photos of friends, anything that you want to send, anything that can pass customs without any issues. I don't know, whatever you feel would be the essence of Ireland, send it. That's what I'm gonna say. And this goes out to everybody. If anyone wants to send me something, whether it's just a souvenir or they want to send a letter, by all means, just private message me. I have no problem giving you my address. I've actually been thinking about getting a P.O. box, so I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, that's my answer. I'm sorry if it's vague, but I just really can't think of anything off the top of my head right now. But thank you, Jess, for the question. And we shall move on to the next one, which comes from Red Monsterification, and he asks, what time of day do you like most? And I like 2 times during the day. One, right now, is the time of day where no one is home, where absolutely nobody is home. I have the house to myself. I can do whatever I please, so I can edit or watch videos or play a game or, you know, do whatever work that needs to be done in peace. You know, I do love that. I do love my alone time. I'm not gonna lie, I do love my alone time. But at the same time, equal to that, I like when everybody is home. I like when there's a busy house. I like when there's people around. Albeit, I'm in my step-parents' house, and yes, sometimes, you know how parents can be, sometimes they can be a little annoying or overbearing. Luckily for me, my stepdad can be really cool when it comes to guitars and cars and things like that. So yeah, I honestly don't mind it. I do have my moments where I'm like, oh, please leave me alone. But other times, ultimately, I like having a full house. I like having people that mean a lot to me close by. It comforts me in a way, and it helps me know that I can be there for them if ever they need me. And thank you for being loud. It helps me know that I can be there for them when they need me. It helps me know that if I need something, that somebody is there. And that's actually mail, by the way. My brother came home and gave it to me while I was on the roof. So, but yeah, I love having people close to me, close by. That's why when I was talking about moving to another city or whatever, the thing that keeps me from going, yeah, let's move, let's go to someplace new, is the fact that I have friends here, like Johnny Mac, Steven. There's people here that I really care about a lot, and I just don't see myself like leaving like that, because I like having them nearby. I love the feeling that they're just around the corner. If I wanted to talk to them, I could. If they wanted to talk to me, they could. I love that. That's why I'm always saying to all of you guys, all of my friends out there, if ever you want to visit, if ever you find yourself in town, you will always have a place to stay with me, with us, you know, no questions asked. So even if you're just passing through and you want to spend one night, you don't even have to ask. Just drop by, say what you're doing, and we're like, okay, we'll set you up with this bed and you're good. So yeah, that's how I've always been. Even if I'm in my own place, if anyone wants to just stop by, even if it's uninvited, do it. I really don't mind. My home is also my friend's home, period. Door is always open for you guys, unless something really big's going on. But ultimately, if nothing's going on and we're just here, stop on by, seriously. So yeah, what was the question again? What was my favorite time of day? I totally went off on a different tangent there. My favorite time of day, yeah, is those two, when I'm by myself and when the house is full. I know that's kind of weird to have the same thing, but whatever. those are my answers. That was a long answer, but thank you for the question, and we shall move on to the next one, which is from the Steel Roses, and she asked, if you, by some unknown or weird reason, were put into a pageant somehow, what would be your slogan? Okay, I don't know if it's a slogan or if it's a saying. I might just have this mixed up in my head somehow. Slogan or saying? Honestly, my arm's starting to get sore from holding this up. Oh, okay. Anyways, slogan or saying, what would it be? What would it be? I think my slogan would have to be something along the lines of keep a sense of humor and you can never go wrong. And the reason I say that is because I think there's a lot of really uptight people in the world, and I think that some people tend to take things a little bit too seriously sometimes when they really don't need to. I'm guilty of that sometimes. But the thing that gets me the most is people that are too serious about themselves. And I'm not saying don't take yourself seriously, because you have to. You have to have some mode of confidence in you. But for the most part, you need to have a sense of humor about yourself. If you can laugh at yourself, I think that's the strongest thing you can have going for you than anything else. You can have confidence up the wazoo, but if you take yourself way too seriously, it's gonna crush you. It is. You have to have a sense of humor, not just about others, but also of yourself. You need to be able to laugh at yourself. You need to look at yourself and be like, oh, I made it dumb. You have to be able to do that and not only accept that maybe you made a mistake or whatever, but take it lightly. Just be like, oh, whoops, I'm not doing that again. Have a good sense of humor about yourself. It's a strength, and that would be my slogan. And I do owe you lying down. So, I know it's not the field, but here we go. And unfortunately, there are no clouds. But I like this spot right here, I truly do. But unfortunately, Rosie, there are no clouds today. I'm sorry. So, I still owe you, looking up at the clouds. Because I'm laying down, that part's okay, but there's just no clouds at all. So, I still owe you, unless you think we're even. But if I still owe you, just say so, and I'll do it next week in the Walk and Talk. We'll see if we have any cloud luck then. But other than that, Rosie, thank you for the question, and we shall move on to the next one, which comes from my friend Danny, and she asked, it would be nice to know what the next 5 years will bring, but we don't. What do you hope your best accomplishment will be in the next 5 years and why? And kudos, because that's actually something Kevin Smith said, so thank you very much, Danny. It means a lot to me. In the next 5 years, I know I want to accomplish a couple things. One, there's some things in my personal life that I want to have settled, and I think will have settled within the next 5 years for sure. It's personal, so I'm not gonna say much about it. I'm just gonna leave you guys with that. I'd also love to take a road trip around the United States and just have my own car and just drive, see the sights, like drive up to New York and New Hampshire and see the place where I grew up, where I was raised, and see that place again, go to Maine, drive to Colorado, see the Grand Canyon, San Francisco. I'd have to hit Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Texas, and then all the way back here to Florida. Just go across the country seeing the different sites. And I want to do that because I want to take the time while I do that, like probably a month, just living out of the car and hotels and trying to get to know myself, and while seeing the sights, having a good time. Because as people, we're constantly changing, and I think it's good to be rooted in something that you're confident in, something about yourself that you really like, something that you know and hold and believe dearly, and you know will never change about you. Hold on to that. But other than that, there's other things that can, change about us. And I take this trip to try to get to know myself a little bit better, find out things that maybe I didn't know already. And I don't know, I'm thinking maybe by the time this happens, I might want to have someone come with me. I have an idea of a couple people that I'd like to have with me on this trip. But ultimately, I wouldn't be surprised if the time comes and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do this by myself. Because I like that sort of thing. I like going out and having a little bit of self-discovery. There's nothing wrong with that. Other than that, I would definitely love to make a internet movie and want it to succeed. I mean, because if I make a really big project, I definitely want it to succeed. Of course, it'll be fun making it, but at the same time, I do want some success out of a big project. And not this movie this summer, though. Honestly, the filming for that's starting to look a little hazy now, based on the timeline. So, I don't know, I might hold off on that, but ultimately, the movie I'd really want to succeed is the movie I would talk about in the last Walk and Talk, I think, where it would send a message, and it's a serious script, things like that. It's not just shot for fun, but also because we want to tell a story and express a message that means something to a lot of people. So, that's something I'd like to do in the next 5 years. So yeah, like those would be the biggest things I want to accomplish by then. Like within now and 5 years from now, those are the things I'd love to accomplish. So thank you, Danny, for that. I love questions like that, so thank you very much. And we move on to the next one, which comes from Mr. Chisel, and he asked, what do you know or think you know about Sweden? And I'm not gonna lie, dude, I am not a man of the world. I don't know much. I'm not gonna lie, I do not know much. And I'm not gonna even try to guess. I'm not even gonna try, because I don't want to say something that sounds foolish or anything. I honestly don't know. The only thing I do remember, thank you from grade school, is that the capital is Stockholm, right? The capital of Sweden is Stockholm. Please tell me if I'm right, because I'd look pretty silly if I'm wrong. But I think that's pretty much all I know, man. I don't mean to diss your country or anything. It's not like I don't like Sweden or anything. I just don't know nothing about it. So how about in your comment for this walk and talk, tell me something interesting about Sweden, or something that you think I would really be interested in. So yeah, like, let me know, and let me know if Stockholm is your capital, because I'm pretty sure it is, but I might be wrong. So, but thank you for the question nonetheless. And we move on to the last question this week, which comes from the Mystery Gamer. And actually, I don't know how, but I missed this scenario question last week. I don't know how I missed it, but anyways, this is a continuation scenario from the first one he gave me, the walk and talk before last. This new part 2 of that scenario is, the door is open and you run downstairs. You look around and you're in some sort of a hangar, and on the ground is a blue X. The room you're in now is missing a wall and a ceiling. You see an open door, but there's a man sleeping on a chair next to it. You walk towards it and trip over a trap door, or a trap or something. Dogs are released and you hear them coming. What do you do? That's quite the scenario. And he put a hint there saying that the bread that was on the table in the room earlier would have distracted the dog, so can't believe I didn't think of that. But okay, I have the knife with me, that much I know. There's an open door and a guy sleeping next to it. So if I heard dogs coming, I would bolt towards the open door. If the guy wakes up before I can get inside, I'd have to attack him with the knife if he pulls a weapon. If he doesn't pull a weapon, I'd have to knock him out. And then get in the room, close the door, and be safe from the dogs. Yeah, that's probably what I'd do. I mean, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. So yeah, that's my answer. And we'll see what happens next week on the next Walk and Talk. So now we shall pick out the new tenant for this week. Oh, I almost had a brain fart there. No, I did have a brain fart. Did you hear that sound? That's a brain fart. Okay. The new tenant of the week is Red Monsterification. So congratulations, man. You are the new tenant in the Box of Awesome for the next 7 days. And if you would like to see yourself in the Box of Awesome, all you have to do is answer the question of the week in the form of a comment or video response. This week's question is, what is your opinion on all of these stories about the end of the world next year? And the secondary question to that is, what is the silliest, funniest, weirdest story as to why the world is going to end? Leave that in the comment section below or in a video response if you feel fancy, and I shall feature you in the next Walk and Talk. And you could see yourself as a tenant in the Box of Awesome for 7 days, which would be awesome. So yeah, go ahead and leave your answers down below. Other than that, there's not much going on this week. Just gonna be doing more cleaning of the yard and things like that. We might have a podcast later this weekend. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and go inside, probably take a bath or something, because my back is really killing me now and my arms are really sore. But I had a great time here making this Walk and Talk for you guys here on the roof. It's so peaceful up here. I love it. That is going to be it, and I want each and every single one of you to know that all of you are the best friends and subscribers in the entire world. And as always, you guys, keep on vlogging.